here we are for the George Begg Speedfast at Teretonga Motorsport Park in Invercargill. This weekend there's going to be a lot of cars out here racing, some beautiful classic machines. There's also static displays. There's going to be a whole lot of other stuff happening down at the track. So let's go check out what's happening, meet some of the drivers and see what classes are running at the George Begg Classic Speedfast.
So this weekend we're representing the 1980s double denim fashion, obviously a trend that never died. No, so really cool to be here this weekend. The Richardson Group have done a fantastic job to get the event on, and yeah, everyone's just here having a lot of fun already, and it's quite nice to be able to just enjoy driving a car with no stress involved whatsoever, and driving a car like this behind me is pretty awesome. It's, I don't know, maybe I'm a bit biased, but I think it's the coolest car here, so I'm very lucky to be behind the wheel of this.
Yes, I'm driving number 3, the Fast Fit Mondeo, built by ProDrive. And then in the historic muscle cars, I'm driving the Alpha GT AM number 45. At lunchtime we've got the display, the demo of all the Begg cars on my right hand side here. Right behind the transporter here we have a very large submarine engine which Philip Major owns. He's one of our competitors. Hopefully it'll start up and terrify all the locals. So there's lots of things going on, great food and beverage and a good day out. So Jim Murdoch, who actually built Begg 018 and drove it to great success in 73-74, is coming out to go and drive at the demo laps at lunchtime.
Last lap of qualifying, went to second and there was a bit of noise coming from the back. So we're back out this afternoon, it's just the second gear. She's a bit missing a few teeth. So we'll replace that and we'll be back out there. Starting to get my head around the car, it's taken a little bit of time. She's a bit faster than what I'm used to. So it seems to be a really good crowd, a good group of cars. First time around Teretonga. It's a technical little track and a bit harder than I was expecting, so it's taken me a little bit of time to get my head around, but I'm really enjoying it.
So today we have the Datsun 120Y. I managed to finally do a deal with Grant Aiken and get his original Shell Sport car. Yeah, I love it as well as the modern stuff. You know, we get into the Enduro stuff. There's no pressure. There's no egos. There's no pressure. It's just fun, good, wholehearted racing, really.
I think it's a great celebration of George Begg. I knew George quite well and he was a great guy, and I think he'd be most happy to have all this going on. When they're rolling towards the start and then they all hit the go button and you've got 20,000 horsepower, it's pretty awesome.
We've had a huge amount of interest from the South Island to get the cars, particularly saloon cars, back to how they used to race in the day when guys like Paul Fahey, Dennis Marwood, Rod Coppins, even Jimmy Richards, back when they ran to FIA Group 2, which was 67 really to 74, and the idea was to get the cars back to that. Courtesy of Fresh Freight, Tony and Mitch Mexted, we put 10 cars in a container and shipped them down for Timaru and for here at Teretonga to support the guys that want to get back to proper historic saloon car racing. It's perfect, you know, it's a fabulous track and a fabulous facilities down here, and to come down and support this event is absolutely fantastic, and the weekend's gone great. Yesterday was just like a summer's day in the North Island, but today was, I guess, like a summer's day in the South Island, so we had everything to deal with, but it was great. We've got Wayne Perkins out of Queenstown looking at putting the category together down here in the South Island. And the idea is to come down every 3 years to support the class, because it'll take a few years to grow. So I can see us being back in 3 years' time.
For the group, it's gone very well. We've had good racing. We've traditionally done 3 meetings in New Zealand. The scope meeting and the Teretonga meeting have always been on our agenda, and we enjoy coming down here. We allow in a mixture of cars. There have been quite a few of the 2-litre Super Tourers have come in of recent times, but we also have the Australian Group C cars. We have a number of Group A cars and also New Zealand touring cars. We all try and help each other and all try and keep the cars running, which is not always an easy task.
Well, that's a wrap from our South Island Classic Racing adventure. Thanks to everyone who helped us out. It's been an awesome time, and we hope we can be back next year.